What another amazing episode of Fate Stay Night. It wasn't anything too spectacular compared to the last couple episodes, but honestly, after like rethinking and rewatching the last episode, I wasn't expecting anything amazing to begin with. This is episode 16, Winter Days, The Form Wishes Take, I believe was the title. And in this episode, we get quite a few things. It's very much just a setup chapter for what's gonna come. It was the episode we needed between the battle we've just had and going into the next battle. So to give a quick rundown of the things that happened in this episode, we get Rin going full on Dere finally, and that was amazing. We get new partnerships, and we get the battle that is about to begin. So to talk about what happens after the last episode where Illya dies, the first thing we see is Gil going over to Illya and ripping out her heart. Now, I was a little bit spoiled about this because I was on Reddit after watching the last episode, and people were posting the clip for what happened in the Fate route, and instead of him like slashing her eyes and all that, he basically just straight up rips out her heart to begin with. But what was really interesting to see this, it wasn't too impactful. Like, you just see him holding the heart, there's nothing too crazy about it. But if you look into this scene a little bit more, you notice her heart was black, like it was full on black, and it had like gemstones inside. Now this is... You can look at this a lot of ways. Like, I feel like I know where this is going to lead completely because I know who her mother is, and if you look at her flashback from last week, like the demon person, and talking about the greater, I think it was the greater being, the greater grail, I think, you know, just putting those two things together, you can already see where this is sort of leading to, because Casta isn't looking for the greater grail, she's looking for the lesser grail, and we know there's 3 types of grail. So if Gil has the Great Grail and Caster's looking for the Lesser Grail, things are getting really interesting really fast. We're progressing so fast right now, and that's just what I think this heart is. This heart is just the catalyst for the Greater Grail, but I won't get into it too much because I could theory craft that more from what happened in Fate Zero and what I know about the Fate route, but I don't want to get into it too much. But I feel like that heart is like a catalyst for the Great Grail. As well as that, we get this new combined like group after Shirou and Rin basically get let go because the whole conversation goes down, and Shinji's like Shinji's like, kill them, blah blah blah. Shinji needs to die already, I fucking hate him, he just deserves to die. Freaking Archer Gilgamesh is just like, nah, this isn't worth the time, we need to go in, secure this while he's holding the heart. So that's why I think the heart's so impactful. So because of him wanting to get out there and move on with his own personal plan, he basically goes against Shinji as well, which I find interesting because Shinji's clearly not a proper master for him. We see the movement forward of this, and obviously Rin and Shirou escape. When they escape, they go to like this little church area, and there they are confronted with Lancer, which I completely forgot about Lancer because we haven't seen what happened to Kotomine, and obviously Kotomine is the master of Lancer, at least that's what was hinted at in the very last episode of season 1. So it was interesting to see that, and now they're going to work together. What I found was interesting was Kotomine said to Lancer to go and help, like he basically like told him to go and help one of the sides, and it wasn't the fact that Kotomine told him to go and side with a certain side, it's almost like he's allowed him to choose which side he wanted to be on, which is interesting considering that Kotomine gave Shinji Gilgamesh to begin with, so that's a little shifty to begin with. But it seems like Lancer, with his like still free will, has decided to team with this side, and because of that, moving forward in their new like partnership, the whole conversation that the 3 of them have together is just amazing. Like, the character interaction in this episode is great. We get to see Rin going full on Dare with the interaction between Shirou and Lancer, and I just found it amazing. It was really nice for what happened after the last episode and like the heavy tones that we had in that episode, so it was a nice contrast watching these episodes back to back. And to see that move forwards, now that when we're moving to this next step and this next fight, as they're going to the church, Kotomine's church and all that, the first fight that has been set up is Archer versus Lancer again. So this is the second time these guys are basically going to go at it. And just this fight is going to be amazing because obviously Archer has now decided to leave Rin, and Rin's teamed up with Lancer. So there's this new, like, I don't really know how to explain it. There's like this new rivalry between them, because obviously Rin wants to be seen. She basically wants to be noticed by freaking Archer, and she basically wants to be recognized in Archer's eyes that she is a true master and she was worth following, and Archer made a mistake by leaving her. So I thought that was interesting. And the thing is, it is slightly delved into that Lancer is very prideful, and he would have never have left his master to begin with, and he like even says that before the fight starts, saying that if he could have chose a female master, he would have liked it to have been Rin, because he sees Rin as the strongest female master, and to have her as his master, he would have been overjoyed, and he sees what Archer's done as a betrayal more than anything. So overall, with this fight that has been set up in the progression that has happened in this episode, I just feel like overall it was really needed and nice episode, and to see the interaction before the fight between Rin and Shirou is just, it was overall perfect. And next episode we're gonna get to see the start of an epic, probably 4 episodes of solid fighting, and I honestly cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. If I had to rate this episode, I'd probably give it like 7.5 and 8 out of 10, because it was nothing amazing, it just gave us the progression that we needed to get to the next part of the story. So overall, really awesome episode. Let me know in the comments down below on what you thought about it, and I shall see you next week for the next episode of Fate Stay Night. I've been Harry. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe and all that great stuff, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.